Hello, guys. Welcome back to No For Real podcast. This is Thuraya speaking.
This is Yasmeen.
And we do have two guests. We have Jamal and we have Hamza right here.
Hello.
Hello. We are really excited to have you guys with us. And we can't wait to know all about the movement that you guys are doing. So we'll start with you, Jamal. We want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about the hunger strike.
Thank you. Yes. So I'm a student here in the architecture college, and I'm also a officer with SJP Houston.
Mm-hmm.
We've been around for a very long time, and we've been pursuing this divestment campaign for a long time. So basically, our university has $13 million invested in the genocide in Gaza. This takes the form of like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and a couple of arms manufacturers and companies that perpetrate wars around the world, and especially in Palestine, Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've been at this for a really long time, and we launched a hunger strike 2 weeks ago, and we're going strong. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's good. So when you say hunger strike, just give us a little bit more details of how you guys came up with the idea. Why did you decide that this is the only way to grab the attention of the university? And let's just start it off with that.
Yeah, so we've been doing various forms of protest for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a senior student, so I haven't been here for too long compared to how long SJP has been around and how long our divestment campaign has been around. But we've done all forms of protests. We've done regular protests like protesting for Palestine out on the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
We've done more targeted protests like at the Board of Regents meetings that the university has where they decide on investments.
Yeah.
We've done those, and those have been really, really, really awesome.
Okay.
Massive turnout, and that's actually like our target. So it's really nice to be out there.
And what was the university position based on that? Like, did they change anything? Did they try to maybe negotiate some things with the students?
Mm-hmm. So our university has taken a very, very interesting stance. They don't want to bring attention to the movement on campus.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what they don't understand is that this university is the second most diverse university in the country.
Exactly.
And you can't just ignore your diverse students, your Palestinian students and your Arab students.
They are a big majority here.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we've got like
I attended U of H and I graduated 2019, so I know there is a huge Arab population, Muslim population, even not in Arabs. They still care about Palestinian cause.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an international cause. It doesn't have to relate to an ethnicity at this point,
Yeah.
Exactly. We did say that last time, that most of even the protests that we saw, and we went
in the
to,
city,
it was mainly non-Arabs and non-Muslims. So it's an international movement for sure.
Yeah.
And since you're saying it's the second largest diverse school in the country, then they really should be taking the action towards something that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Have you guys tried signed petitions, and then represent it to the president and see what you guys can do?
Yes, we currently do have a petition. We've done petitions in the past, but the current petition, and we could probably link it somewhere here.
Yeah.
Maybe like petition here. I don't know.
Yes.
But something.
We can link it in the description box for you guys to see if you want to sign up.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's basically calling on the university to divest its money from arms manufacturers, also divesting from or like removing McDonald's from campus, removing Sabra from campus. Have y'all heard of that? Sabra?
I know that
yes,
the brand
the
is
hummus?
Yeah, that's the only hummus they have in this university.
Wow.
Yeah,
At
that's
UH
insane. Like I was really love to see the universities, especially like University of Houston, to bring local people. Like, why are we still
Yeah.
doing big chains?
Yep.
Like, what's the point of being a state university in a big city, in a diverse city, and there are a bunch of restaurants? Like, Houston is known for food.
Yeah.
Why not invest in bringing somebody who's local so you
Yeah.
can support
100%,
them,
yeah.
Like-
especially people who graduated from the UH? I'm sure there are
soda.
some UH students who have restaurants now.
Yes, and like
Soda.
that's something we've
Go
talked
on.
about. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the soda here on campus is all Coca-Cola, which is, it's BDS. We can't have Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
But also like Coca-Cola like is not even the best. Like it's
No.
not we have the HEB brand soda is non-BDS. There's like even certain versions of, I believe, certain types of Dr. Peppers
Dr.
are
Pepper is a completely different company, I believe so.
Yeah.
So it's its own thing. It
Mhm.
shouldn't be boycotted.
Okay.
There's also Palestine Cola. There's so
Yes.
many things that could show the diversity and could show their support.
yeah, the diversity part.
But yeah, 100% I agree with you. I think local or even supporting students, small businesses, pop-ups,
Mhm.
stuff like that. Because we do have the festivals, but that's like a 2-3 days out of the entire year.
And they really don't have to do it for the cost if they don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you don't have to. Just make good changes at least.
For the local
Yeah,
economy
exactly.
or something. Call it whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one thing that you guys are focusing on. But I really want to know currently, because the hunger strike is still going, and what is the next step that you guys are thinking about after that? And do you really think that this movement is going to hopefully help you somewhat to change certain things?
Yeah, so any action towards liberation is worth pursuing. And we've been doing all these various forms of protest and with various successes. Like we had an encampment, and that was actually the first time that the university publicly
Issued a statement?
yes, they did issue a statement. But their statement was, we are not doing divestment.
Okay.
So we don't care what these students' demands are. We're not
Okay.
doing it.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and then previously to that, a couple months before that, the student government passed 2 resolutions for divestment. And SGA is supposed to have some kind of power in the school politically. They're supposed to have like a say in things. And historically, they've been able to pass things and actually make changes. But the school basically said no. We're not doing what you guys are asking. We're not going to do divestment. And during this last summer, they dissolved the SGA completely. So we have no more student government right now.
Oh my God.
And it's definitely a large part of that is due to the fact that they, had an anti-Zionist resolution.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think they're going to start paying attention because of the hunger strike that you guys are doing? Do you think it's going to make some difference?
They are paying attention.
Okay.
In our email correspondences with them, they
Okay.
are very much, they're very concerned.
Okay.
They realize that this is going to cause them a lot of reputational damage.
Of course.
Students are starving on campus. Last semester, they had people die on campus. We've had assaults happen on campus. The university can't afford for a hospitalization due to its negligence. They can't, these students are not doing this because they're trying to hurt themselves. They're not doing this because they're trying to put their lives on the line for no reason. They're doing this because they have been with us for years and they have seen that the university just doesn't care. These are frustrated Palestinians, frustrated Arab, frustrated white people who want to, do something, and they're so willing to put their bodies on the line.
Yeah, I feel like it's happening across the state, to be honest, in a lot of universities. So it's not a minor thing.
Yeah.
Even though the media is not putting a lot of attention on it on purpose, because they did for a while and it kind of turned bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So they did turn the blind eye on it in the media. Like you don't really hear about it, even though it's happening,
Yep.
even though it's happening on a smaller scales. But you guys are trying to change things.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how much the media has been trying to suppress our movement.
Yeah.
Like, we're literally doing a hunger strike in Houston. The first time we've done a hunger strike, the first time UH has had a hunger strike in its history, to our knowledge.
Wow.
And we only have like a couple of reports on it. That's just criminal. You know?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And to be honest, like you said, that their action is very concerning. Your action isn't. It's a very peaceful movement.
Yes.
And to me, it's very selfless, because you're putting your body in danger to grab their attention, to have some impact in Palestine and in any other occupied country out there.
I mean, they're really just investing in companies that sell weapons.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
literally. What's the point of that?
Yep, they have.
Like, why do we have education?
And
There's
the
more
thing
lucrative
is,
investments anyways.
exactly.
Just invest in those.
what is crazy to me is that wherever there is on campus that supports a genocide, we have a different version of it that doesn't. So what if we just stop that business and we just have more toward the other business? For example, we have Starbucks and we have the Nook, which is a coffee shop,
Yeah.
right? We all love the Nook. We've always been there, especially the architecture students.
Yes.
I really don't see a point. Why do you have such a small coffee shop like that? And then on the other hand, you support a big chain that is directly supporting the IDF, directly supporting,
Yeah.
the genocide. I just feel like we either have this or that. Don't just combine both, because it doesn't make sense.
That's why we have this. A big part of our movement is just like letting people know what's happening and what you can do to support. And people understand that Starbucks is something you should not buy for different reasons. Some people like it's for labor issues. Some people it's for Palestine.
True. There are so many reasons.
Yeah, Starbucks specifically, especially, they've been so terrible. But the Starbucks on our campus, I don't know if you remember when you were here, but the line used to go all the way up the student center steps.
Yes, it's crazy. Yeah.
We had a sit-in at the student center just now, a couple hours ago. There's never a line. Never a
I love
line
that
anymore.
for people. You're choosing good coffee. That's what you're
Yes.
doing.
Are you choosing good coffee?
Yeah.
And the Nook has good coffee.
Yeah, the Nook 10 times better. I swear their Frappuccino is so good. But that's a good thing that you guys are doing, I feel like one way or another, you guys are going to have the impact of
Yes.
having these stores closed down.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, they're not going to make any profit in a couple
Yes.
of years.
True.
Yep.
And I feel like
We have great news for you. We continue, but I have great news for you.
Our generation is very, very well educated
And very disciplined on
sympathetic.
their goals
Yeah.
too. Like, because we have so many options. We
Yeah.
don't live in a world where you have two options and you got to pick one of them. No, we have so many resources in today's world. So if you tell me don't buy this brand, there are so many other
Yeah,
brands
it's easy.
that I can still have access to and nothing would hurt me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I would just divert from the companies that I don't want to deal with, don't want to support.
Such a simple choice.
Exactly.
If you don't want Oreos, H-E-B brand tastes good.
Exactly. And it's a local. Like there are so many benefits to not supporting big chains, especially chains that are supporting death.
Yes.
Basically,
Yes,
they're
yes, yes.
supporting blood. They're
Yeah.
supporting killing of children, women. For what?
Yeah.
I saw this picture of McDonald's bags in Palestinian homes. Like,
Yeah.
if I see that, I'm not buying from McDonald's because those meals are provided for free. I'm not complicit in that.
Yeah.
But the good news,
Yeah.
the Starbucks contract is about to expire, and
They're not
Alhamdulillah.
renewing?
it's likely not to be renewed because of the way that
Yes.
they've been performing.
See?
I
Yeah.
love
That's
that.
a good impact.
By the way,
As well
that's
as the
happening to a
McDonald's.
lot of Starbucks around the U.S.
Yes.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for that.
Yep.
And same thing with McDonald's.
Yeah.
Y'all serving bad food, bad reputation,
Mhm.
people shouldn't buy it.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I realize it in myself and in many people around me. Once we stop
Mhm.
consuming all this fast food,
Mhm.
We
our
just look
health
better.
became better. Yeah. No, really, like the things that we
It's
were
true.
consuming, it was fed to us, to the middle class and lower class, because they want us to be in that state of mind of just us working so hard and consuming the entire time,
Yeah.
while
want you
they
not
take
to have
our
enough
money
time.
and then they
Mhm.
support other things.
Yeah, not enough time to cook your own food. They want to keep you in this little rat race, and
Of course.
make sure you keep buying that fast food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're eating bad food and feeding yourself bad food, you can't really think, right? So that's the whole point.
Yeah.
They just want your money. They don't want you to think. The minute you start thinking, you're going to pay attention to where you spend your money and who you want to support. So that's truly not the point. But I feel like with time, people are becoming super educated. People are waking up to whatever we were living in. To be honest, like I was one of those people. I used to go to McDonald's all the time. Starbucks was something for me. You know what I mean? And then the more you learn, the more you hear, the more you have an opinion about things. You're like, I don't want to support this. You have a choice now, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what happens with knowledge. You have more choices.
And then you build a better community, because now when I walk into Starbucks, or I don't walk into Starbucks, but if I walked into Starbucks
Buy them, yeah.
To use the bathroom.
which I did do at
For
a
free.
protest maybe 3 weeks
Stuff,
ago.
I did that in McDonald's on a road trip
For
one
free.
time.
Yeah, those PYN
As you should.
protests on the corner, you gotta, when you walk in, the door is locked, so you gotta get the code. But if you know the code, then you can get it for free. But yeah, we gotta have that somewhere, like publicly on a sign or
just
something. The code.
everybody shares.
A share text to all the students.
Yeah, but if I walk into the Starbucks and I look around, I know nobody there cares about politics, cares about humanity. It's just that's not the people I want to be around. You know,
Exactly.
like
It's true. It's true.
like
Nobody wants to really be surrounded by people that they can't relate to, you know, or can have a conversation with and actually understand each other.
yeah,
I mean, in this topic, to be honest, I feel like a lot of people figured out their circles,
Yeah.
you know, because
Yep.
like we did have friends that we lost after
Yeah.
sharing that we do support Palestine
Yeah.
strongly, you know, and
even to this day, I'm still
Yeah.
unfollowing people because I'm like, I literally have not remembered a single time you reposted something.
yeah.
Yeah. To me, silence is another thing. Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
be supporting Israel clearly, but if you're silent, you're also complicit of everything that is happening
Or you
there.
support people who are super loud
Exactly.
about being a Zionist. I'm
Exactly.
like, oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Why?
Yeah.
Why are you liking these Zionist
Yeah,
people pictures and
Yeah.
work and successes, and yet you post about Palestine? Hypocrite, unfollow.
Exactly.
Hypocrite, don't support this shit. To be honest, because some people do, and I feel like it's. We live in a world that I don't accept. Oh, I didn't know as an answer. Oh, I don't know
Yes.
as an answer, because
Absolutely.
whenever we're putting these type of messages, it's very loud.
Yeah.
You know, if you are searching for it, you will find it. It's right there.
And-
It's kind of part of your character right nowadays. It's like, do you support Palestine or Israel? I mean, there
Yeah.
are so many moralities and
There's no in between.
exactly. There
Well-
are so many things that go into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. One of my favorite parts about being an organizer is just like the spaces that I've been in. Honestly, I have not hung out with my actual friends in so long, but I don't really care because my real friends are the people in this organization, you know, the people I have meetings with regularly. That's what excites me. And, you know, I go to class. I like them. They're great. But my lifelong friends and family are the people like, you know,
Yeah.
I've met while organizing for SJP here on this campus.
Yeah, I just have to say something. I feel like for us both too, after whatever that happened in Palestine, obviously it's been going on for 76 years now, 77 years. But the past 2 years, it changed so much of us and our personality and the people that we hang out with.
Me
We
too.
literally had like people that we considered best friends that are no longer in our lives because we just thought that, you know, we don't align.
Mm-hmm.
And some people might think that this is silly, but
It's not silly.
morality. Like if you don't align with the same things that I see
Which are simple things.
very, very important to me, then it's very inhumane. You're seeing children getting slaughtered and killed and all of that, and you basically simply don't care.
Yeah.
And being also, both of us are from Iraq, so we somewhat experienced war. We know exactly how it feels to be
We
in
know
the
what
situation.
propaganda is.
Yes.
We truly went
Exactly.
through all of it.
So
Yeah.
it's very, very important to surround yourself with people that are sharing the same moral compass as you are. Because if you don't, and I tried at the beginning of whatever that was happening to Palestine, I was trying to force some people into my life, but I felt empty inside. And I'm sure you guys feel kind of a similar way. Unless you feel like you are truly surrounded by people who are supporting and going with your moral compass, you're not going to feel fulfilled. You're always going to feel like you're betraying something within you. And I think that is really, really beautiful that you guys are always together, sticking together and trying to know, you know, like support each other. And I was going to ask you regarding the hunger strike, because you guys all started at the exact same time, right? Or some people did it afterwards?
This is a rolling strike, so we started with only 3 people,
Okay.
and
joined.
people have just been joining. We started with 3 people, now we're at 10.
Okay.
And we're on the 15th day of strike, so and people just join the strike on their own. You know, they come to us and they're like, how do I join? And we, you know,
Do you guys have posters? How do people hear about it?
so we have regular tablings.
Okay. Okay,
So
nice.
we set up a table and we just talk to people.
Is it a daily thing that you guys do?
We try to do as much as possible, but 2 days a week is like as hard as we are able to push it right now.
Okay, okay.
But we would love to scale up. It's like, it's the best way to talk to campus. Is
Yeah.
people walking by and they're interested and they're pro-Palestine.
Mhm.
Most people already know about it. They just walk past us because they already know what's happening.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, obviously, not everybody's capable of doing it. It takes a lot of mental and physical strength
Yeah.
to do it.
I feel like the minimum you guys can do is not buy from
Exactly.
the businesses that you want the school
least
to
not support.
divert from, especially on campus.
Yeah.
Especially on campus. Not by the brands, not by the food, whatever that you want the school to be diverting from. I feel like you should stop consuming, especially on campus.
Yes.
And whenever you go home, just cook your own food, basically, and eat
Yeah.
like clean, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can.
You do, I'm sure with this movement, you do support, inspire people to do that already, even if they mentally, physically cannot do the full strike. But they're probably going to be like, oh, this is worth me actually sacrificing a little bit. If they have been sacrificing for 15 days without food, then I can at least stop
Yes.
buying from these
At least to
brands.
inspire
Exactly,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think it's great. How do you guys support each other? I mean, it takes a
Yeah.
lot of strength to be doing this for 15 days.
Yes.
What are
It's-
some things that you guys do together kind of to keep each other on track?
So I'm not currently on strike, and this would be a great question for Hamza, but the committee,
Yeah.
the committee, the striker cadre, they keep each other sane. They keep each other company. They hang out outside of outside of the hunger strike. You know, they've become best friends, and it's so nice to see that. You know, even whenever we're tabling and they're there helping us table, there's always conversation going. They're always talking about what's the best like supplement to take, what's the best liquid IV, this and that to keep you going through strike. And don't buy liquid IV; they are BDS, but there's alternatives. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really beautiful.
I mean, you really do need it. I feel like being around people that support this, it helps a lot, you know? I feel like just you being alone, it really just doesn't work, you know?
Yes, definitely. They help each other, like even for onboarding new strikers, they're such a friendly group. It's kind of impossible to be, part of our community, not impossible, but it's really an encouraging community. People want to join not just about the obligation. Of course, all of them are, they
Obligated. Yeah.
yeah, but it's because it's a great community, and it's a great it's a great thing to say that you did something. And like I'm jealous. I'm not on strike, but these people, whenever they have kids and children and wives, and when they become grandparents, they have like a strong story to tell them. It's like when your child asks you, what did you do in 2025 whenever the Palestine genocide was happening, and they can be honest and they can say, I went on a hunger strike. I did one of the biggest sacrifices one can do. I don't know. I think that's really, I really love thinking about that.
Of course.
It is. It's a very important.
You don't want to look back and be like, oh, I was just chilling, living my life, not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's just politics, because a lot of people do go by their days and be like, oh my God, it's politics. I don't talk politics. It's like, what are you talking about?
Which, in fact,
everybody that you see around you here, it is because of politics. Everybody that
everything is politics.
Exactly.
Food, everything is politics, literally. But we just don't. It's a matter of perspective, whether you choose to look at it from a human level and you sympathize with other people, you understand it's political, or you're just there to consume. There's two different perspectives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions for Jamal?
Have you guys experienced any fight backs from the security, the school, anything like that, where they're making it harder for you guys to hold like gatherings or table or put posters, any of that? Like
100%, all the time.
Oh God.
Their dream is to suppress us. That's their whole goal, is to suppress us. We had a library sit-in a while ago that was just us sitting around studying. We had some posters that we put on the bulletin boards that were free to the public, at least visually free to the public. Every org has their stuff on there.
Yeah.
As soon as we put our stuff up, they removed it. When it was put back up,
And it's like people from the school who removed it, not students?
Yeah, it's the security. It's the security that comes through, and they will threaten everything under the sun for just putting a poster up. Our existence our existence and our action is so scary to the university that that even a poster is something that they need to take down. And they're afraid of the strike. They are really hoping that the media doesn't pick this up, but like this is a hunger strike. Like, even if the media doesn't pick it up, and the media is picking it up, they're starting to pick it up at least. This will be in the history books, and this 2025 version of history is the headline is gonna be hunger strike. It's not gonna be UH received this contract that really boosted our whatever.
Yeah.
It's this, This is its legacy, sadly.
And they drive you to this point. It's their responsibility to actually pay attention and start doing something, because if something happened to you guys, that is their responsibility. You guys have tried so many different ways.
Yes.
And up until this moment, you are very peaceful. You're just trying to get your point out there. And if they're not making any effort to hear you, then that's something that, you guys need to think of the next step. And I think you're doing great. So we're really proud
thank
of you guys.
Thank you. Yeah. The university is in talks with the state government for funding. They can't risk having their funding cut, and Harvard had their funding cut. I don't know if it got reinstated or not, but the University of Houston does not want this to happen to them. And we live in a red state, and we live in a state where we have like Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott is a strong Zionist. He will not let divestment happen. At least, he won't be happy about it, at least.
Of course.
We have this anti-BDS law, which there's loopholes around. The university can sit down with its lawyers, very competent lawyers, and they can figure out ways to get around it. We have, with our lawyers, we have ways to get around this BDS law. Our demands are mostly, companies that make arms. That doesn't violate any law to divest from American companies.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I mean, through education, you learn to not support war, maybe negotiations.
Mhm.
As educated people, they teach us in school. Like, there are ways other than war. Why are we using weapons? Why are we killing people? Why are we doing all that?
Yeah. These are business people. They're really smart. They can figure out ways around it. But they're Zionists themselves. They want to be best friends with the government.
Yeah, of course.
Trump is in office, meaning it's even harder for them to do divestment, even if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But they're still Zionists, sadly.
Yeah. I truly feel like eventually all this will change. It's not gonna. Nothing stays the same.
Absolutely.
No matter how long it takes, nothing stays the same. And if you guys graduate, there are other students. Like, this is an ongoing movement. It will never stop. There are people who've written books and have lived through it, have died. There are people who created movies about this. They're still like dropping so many resources for the future people too. So it's an ongoing movement. It just takes time because of the money that is involved in the Zionist movement,
And every hand that, every bloody hand will push the door open just a little bit more. So this hunger strike is, like we demand divestment. But if we don't get divestment, does the university think we're going to stop?
I don't think so. And I feel like it's a very easy thing to convince most of the students here to not purchase from Starbucks, not purchase from McDonald's, and not buy Sabra hummus. You know what I mean? It's not a hard thing to really convince people. They're not the best products after all. They're really one of the worst.
The Sabra hummus is weirdly sour.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, for real.
about-
Yes.
Did they have the chocolate version?
I don't know.
They do?
Yes, they do.
Okay,
yes.
then
they
you
And I've had the
definitely need to
displeasure of
boycott.
trying it. Yes.
Yeah, I haven't.
That's
It's a crime to try that.
Yeah. And I'm sure they try it every day. Our admin, sadly. But the Vietnam War protesters went against their government, and it took many years, but they were successful.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that war was forced to end. This is the exact same struggle. This is a fight against imperialism.
Yeah.
And it's like a lock. If you have like a physical lock, it's just a matter of time before someone can get in. You just gotta hit it with a rock until it opens, and that's what we're doing.
It will happen eventually.
It will happen, inshallah.
Inshallah.
That is very
Thank you, Jamal.
you.
I don't really have any
Thank you
more
so much.
questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're really happy to have you, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. I
yes.
appreciate it so much.
Of course, thank you for letting people know, and hopefully people can spread the message and
Sign a petition.
exactly in the description box.
And if you live in Houston, come to our actions. Even if you're off campus, the campus is free to off-campus people. PYM also exists.
Peacefully, you can come here and support the
Absolutely.
students.
Yes, we are a peaceful movement.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jamal.
Thank you. We are back with Hamza.
Now we have Hamza on the table. We always had him, but
Of course.
we'll hear from you now.
Of course. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good to see you all.
Thank
to
you.
see you too.
Good to see you too,
Of
Hamza.
course,
Thank you
of
for
course.
being here. You guys both are part of the same group, and Hamza is actually a participant. He's actually fasting and not eating, and today is your 15th day of not eating, correct?
Yeah, it's been, we are currently on day 15 as of recording this. I forgot what day it is. I think it's October 20-something?
29th.
29th, yeah. So, yeah, it's currently day 15, 2 weeks since we started. I have not had
Do you
it.
feel weak?
Oh, my God, yes.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes, yeah.
I'm sorry. I know it's not an easy thing. Like, I do fast, but that's during Ramadan, and I break my fast every day during Ramadan, so it's completely different. Surviving on food and liquids only for 15 days, it must be a little bit hard.
Only liquids, you said, and You
Only
guys take
liquids,
any
yeah.
other supplements?
Yeah,
General
to kind of detail what we consume on a day-to-day basis, it's primarily water.
Yeah.
We excuse stuff like black coffee
Okay,
and teas,
nice.
right? Just primarily water and electrolytes. Here are some of which that we use.
Nice.
This one here is one we got supplied to us. Element watermelon salt flavor. It's just one of the flavors we use with a lot of salt in it. Genuinely, this is quite intense, but you need like a big container for it, which we use a lot of. Anyway.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah,
And it does help, huh?
absolutely it does.
Okay, perfect.
Absolutely it does. Water, electrolytes, and a multivitamin.
Okay.
And that is the contents of what we consume day to day on a strike.
Yeah, it must be hard, honestly.
It is. Yeah.
Earlier, I was asking Jamal about how you guys support one another while participating this, and what are, let's say, rituals that you guys do at the beginning of the day to keep pushing through this this movement.
Honestly, I'd be happy to run by our day kind of
Yeah,
moment
perfect.
by moment. Yeah. Typically, we wake up when a good bit before our health check. We have a scheduled health check Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with an ally organization called Healthcare Workers for Palestine. You could tell by their namesake, they're a bunch of healthcare workers that are very pro-Palestine, and
That's very nice of them.
yeah, they're amazing. They do free vitals checks for us. They check our blood pressure, our blood glucose,
Okay.
heart rate, our temperature, a few other things like that, right?
That's amazing, yeah.
And yeah, no, they're an incredible organization, kind of like the wheels of this entire campaign
Yeah.
of sorts.
Yeah.
But typically we wake up a good bit before our health check. Some of the strikers are commuters. A good chunk of them are actually, and we are trying to currently organize a ride sharing system or like a carpooling system,
Yeah.
so they're able to get here without too much concern logistically, right?
Mhm.
But for example, I live on campus, so
Yeah.
it's
That's
not
good. Yeah.
it's not like difficult for me.
yeah.
But typically, to kind of recount our day, we start at whenever it is before a health check. Health checks are normally early in the mornings, so it's a bit of a pain to get up. But
Yeah.
we get up, we get out, make it to the right in front of the library. MD Anderson Library is where we do our health checks for the most part, and it's a very openly public thing. We're not
Okay.
trying to like hide too much. We just show
Yeah.
people we're getting our stuff done here.
You
right?
are actually doing everything peacefully. You're not harming anybody but yourselves. So it's like your message is through your own bodies. You're not
course.
harming anybody or
Yeah.
getting in the way of nobody.
Yeah, no, like, and we're very, very peaceful in our conduct generally. So we try to be as friendly as we can with people
Yeah.
That's
as
good.
well, right? Because this campaign is something escalatory. It's extreme
Yeah, it is.
in its ways, but it's something as organizers we've come to as just the rational conclusion. This is something that's like really, it's like. After we launched our divestment campaign in 2022, after like over 3 years of
Yeah.
constant struggle against the university, it's like, what's left but to escalate, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we don't try to alienate the public. We try to meet people where they're at. We talk to people all the time and try to really cultivate a friendly, personable, and good space to be in an SJP, right? And that's another reason why we do our health checks in public, is
Yeah.
because we're not afraid of showing people who we are. We don't want to shy away from the people, right? Because it's the people who, it's the masses and the people that are some of the main dictators of history, right?
Yeah.
And it's through their will we're able to really change a lot of these, change a lot of history, right? It's through
True.
like mass mobilization and organizing and meeting people where they're at, right?
True.
Mhm.
It's from that we got things like our divestment from apartheid South Africa.
True.
Just stuff like that. We got the the anti-war movement against the Vietnam War and so on, and various other examples.
True.
So that's one of the reasons why we don't shy away from our public health checks, and we record all our stuff in public. We're not afraid of anyone, right?
Yes.
But we have our health checks in the morning, and then we typically head to class, head to whatever, right? Because as strikers, right, you'd expect us to be like fully emaciated, bedridden all the time, not doing anything with our energy, which that's only sometimes. But we're still full-time students. We're still
Yeah.
studying. This is midterm season, so
Yeah.
it's been quite intense. But alhamdulillah, we're pulling through it the best we can, and our willpower and everything. We're doing everything that we can, right? We're
Yeah.
tending to our studies at the same time. We're making sure that we're able to approach things, however, because this the hunger strike is a campaign of self-sacrifice. It's
It
a
is.
campaign of where we put our bodies on the line first and at the forefront, right? Every day, every hour, our bodies just erode, especially when you draw on as long as like I have or some of my
Yeah.
other comrades have. And still at the same time, we recognize like we are responsible for our futures,
Yeah.
right? So we approach this hunger strike understanding, okay, we are ready to face whatever consequences happen with our body after that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, right, as youth, we can't just self-sacrifice completely.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because the youth help build the future,
Mhm.
right? So what does it mean if a youth activist, right, if he just sacrifices his life or she just sacrifices her life right here for the strike without tending to anything else in their life? That's destructive for the long term of the movement, right? So that's why we still, as students, we take care of our studies and we try to create an environment that is supportive of our studies, right? As a finance major, it's a bit of a pain, right? I'm in my third year. It's a real big pain trying to do all these classes, right? With all the math, it's killing me.
Yeah.
But it's we don't give up. We don't give up, and we have community support to a very high degree, and we try our best.
Do you guys think about rotating? Like somebody can fast and not eat for 10 days, and like a group can pick up after those 10 days. So like one person does not have to do
Yeah.
it for like 15 days is really a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like we have various people that, for example, have like different health conditions. For example,
Yes.
one of our strikers has epilepsy, right?
Okay.
And with this in mind, we have developed a very, very good and thorough health protocol
Okay.
where we check for various different things regarding their health. This is a protocol that was
Okay.
developed by Healthcare Workers for Palestine
Okay. Nice.
and various other organizers at the same time, understanding people's various health conditions. And we have a very good outline and guideline for when somebody should be withdrawn from the strike
okay.
or when someone should be in or out of a certain position. And we do this all with their consent, right?
Okay.
We have a consent form which is signed on. We make sure that we have that these people know what they're getting into. There's no
Mhm.
surprises,
Of
no rug
course.
pulls, right? And it's a matter of what they are personally comfortable with doing, and versus what we as organizers and as community leaders personally allow. Which alhamdulillah, every single one of our cadre members, they are extremely, extremely dedicated. And actually, as a bit of a side note, when it comes to that too, the fact that everyone's so dedicated and we have so many people joining, right?
Yeah.
So many people joining that want to like strike it out till the end. It signals to us that we're doing the right thing,
Of course. Yeah.
right? We're doing
Yeah.
the right thing because this is something the masses, the people are ready to do. We're not being adventurous in this matter at all. We are meeting the people where they're at and we are moving with them. And with that, we believe, inshallah, we will change history.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Inshallah. I think what Thuraya was suggesting is out of course, concern about you guys because obviously all of us want you guys to be in the healthiest way possible. But you just educated us that you guys do healthy checkups 3 times a week. So that's good that you guys do that. And then also you're not forcing it on people. You're just advertising the way that Jamal was explaining earlier. You have your pop-ups, people are signing up through that, and then they fully understand what they're getting into. So there's absolutely no responsibility here. Everybody's an adult and they know exactly what they're doing. But do you feel like sometimes where there moments that you see people are getting a little bit weaker or people are trying to tap out, and what do you guys try to do?
We don't shame them. right?
Yeah.
Like I want to say this, right? We make it a very positive environment, generally so.
Mm-hmm.
And we completely understand if striking it out till the end is beyond what someone is personally capable, not even capable, but willing to sacrifice
Mm-hmm.
for whatever it is, right? And we understand when someone makes the rational, mature decision to withdraw. It makes
Mm.
perfect sense, and we don't shame anyone for doing anything like that, right? And we
Mhm.
do our best to say, okay, like if you don't want to strike anymore, that's perfectly fine. Do not take it as a loss. You are someone that has given your body for this period of time. That is something to be proud of. That is something more than what so many activists, so many organizers have done in years, right? This is one of the most extreme acts of protests that's in not only UH history but Houston history,
Mhm.
maybe even Texas history, right? And with this in mind, right, if you're able to give your body, if you're willing to give your body for this to this length, to this degree, you are someone that should be championed, someone that should be proud of themselves, and you can, inshallah, if and when you have children or have a family, or you're looking back on your life, this is something to be proud of,
Yeah.
right? And we do our best to uplift all our strikers, even if they're just temporary or they're doing a solidarity strike or whatever they may be.
Mhm.
They should be respected and cheered on for exactly what they were able to give, and so on, right?
I asked that question so that way people that are in Houston or people from far away, if they want to participate, they actually know what they can
Of course.
get themselves into. They, obviously you guys are very understanding, and you know exactly what it takes for somebody to make the decision to join, but also it's even harder to make the decision to withdraw from it, because now you're going to feel down, like you're giving up on something that you started thinking that you're going to get all the way to the end, but you stopped at some point, which is totally fine. And I think no matter how many days you do it, just like you said, it's at least you tried,
Of course.
True.
whether it's a day or 15 days or a month, it doesn't matter.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Eh.
breaking the strike, you can still support and be part of the movement in other ways, bringing resources to people, making things easier for the team. You don't really have to strike if you can't. Some people have health problems. Some people take medications that require food. Some people go through so many things, basically. But there are so many ways to still be part of the movement.
Yeah, and I also want to take a moment quickly to commend our non-strikers who have been supporting us and our campaign to such an immense degree. For example, Brother Jamal right here. He's not a striker, but he is someone that has gone very far and very, very, like he's put in so much effort when it comes to outreach and has had so many successes, right? He's someone that is one of the, he's manning the steering wheel of the campaign sometimes, it feels. He should be really and seriously commended for everything that he does. He's an excellent comrade, truly. And, it's not even just him. There's many people on the back end who aren't striking that are still giving everything that they can, be it connections, be it time, be it effort, be it everything that they can do to advance us, advance the organization, and most importantly, advance the cause for Palestine. These people and their sacrifices, even if it's not inherently their bodies, even if it's not like this kind of mission that we're going on, they deserve to be cheered on just as loud as any of us,
Yeah.
And I'm saying this as someone who's been striking some of the longest, right? I've been here since launch.
Yeah.
These people, like, wallahi, they impress me so much, these guys. Jamal is one of a kind,
That's good. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people appreciate it. And I'm sure you're not doing it just for Palestine. It's a humanitarian thing that
Certainly.
a lot of people cannot really comprehend still, which really does not make sense.
Before, at the beginning of the protests 2 years ago, I used to hear a lot about what would happen on campus. Lately, it's almost impossible to hear anything. We were in contact for the past few days, right? But before that, I really didn't know about the hunger strike, even though
I follow a lot of the pages and I'm always active. Thuraya is also always active as well. But it's almost like they are purposely trying to, like you say, to put it aside and not make us pay attention to it. And also, unfortunately, a lot of the people, even if they were supporting the movement at the very beginning, they're kind of gave up toward the end, or it became kind of like a daily thing. We normalized seeing these scenes every day on the phone. And to me, that is the most dangerous part. When you normalize things like that, it just,
It's true.
it becomes very dangerous, because now they can do even worse things to people in Palestine or in Sudan or in Congo, and nobody would know about it. So I think it's really beautiful and very important that you guys are pushing for that long to spread the word, because we do need to continue doing that, continue educating people about it, and letting everybody know that just because 2 years has passed, or just because we have a ceasefire, doesn't mean that we need to stop, because it is not a ceasefire. People are still being killed, bombed on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And for the past couple of days, there were 100 deaths in Gaza, and I'm sure in different countries as well. So we can't just give up, and I think what you guys are doing is just going to continue on.
Thank you.
The education for people. This is very important.
Thank you so much. You know, we're on day 15, right? Day 15, and we have struggled to see local news media kind of keep up, right? They haven't wrote down, they haven't made a single press release, right? We have our non-mainstream media allies, right? Like, be it Shift Press, or be it people at like the campus newspaper, the Daily Cougar.
I love that you
right?
guys have this newspaper
or
available to the people.
of course, and that actually reminds me here. I want to kind of show this here.
Yeah.
As SJP, University of Houston, we have for the past a little over a year now, I believe, we have published our student pro-Palestinian newspaper. You can find this at any university within the state of Texas.
I love that.
And
That is so beautiful.
of course,
Alhamdulillah is so beautiful.
with Handalaya, this is one of our the free poster that comes inside, and I want to actually mention some of the contents of this newspaper real quick, right? So this newspaper and the series is called the Palestine Popular Press, right here, and this is our August 25th edition. This issue is about divestment winning, divestment sweeping the nation, as you see here. You know, there were divestment wins, particularly in Northern California, and also in New England and other places like that. And this is just a celebration of what our comrades in those schools were able to do, right? And this is, it's a huge, cheerful celebration of what they were able to do. This opening piece, right? And from inside of that, we have various other articles written by various different people. And one of the kind of main articles that you could find here is actually an interview with two people from Gaza, right? One named Ahmed, the other named Hazem, right? Ahmed details his day-to-day struggles, and also the story of how he got married in the middle of this genocide. And actually, since writing this, he's becoming a father. It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful, beautiful story, and I love that for Ahmed, right? And brother Hazem, also detailing his day-to-day struggles. These two people are friends of mine. I've known them for over a year, and alhamdulillah, they are, they're still here with us, and they're still trying their best.
Alive, to be honest.
Alhamdulillah, truly. Ahmed is one of the sweetest, most kind, energetic people I've ever met in my life.
How do you stay in contact with them? Is it
Instagram mainly?
Instagram? Okay.
Yeah, mainly Instagram. Ahmed, he just, even though he's the one going through the genocide, he's always asking me how I'm doing.
Oh, that's so nice.
Always checking up with me, asking how my family's been. Hazem has been, he's such a poet. Oh my God, he writes the most beautiful poetry on his Instagram. I love those two guys, truly. But yeah, no, we have a bunch of articles like this, and I want to also mention the back page here. This was published a few days after Anas al-Sharif, right, the journalist and the voice of Gaza, a few days after he was martyred, we have a piece on our back. Oh, sorry, a piece on our back, eulogizing him, and it's talking about his story and also the hundreds and hundreds of journalists that were martyred in Gaza, right?
Yeah.
This is a very beautiful piece. It's one of our favorite pieces of our newspaper. You can find this in any university in the state of Texas, be it University of Houston, be it UT Austin, UT Dallas, even in Oklahoma. You can find it OU and OSU and other schools like that, right? This is something we really like to spread to the public. It's completely for free. Just when you see it, grab it and spread the word.
Especially if you're a student in any of the universities in these states, please support this.
Of course, yeah. And also, with our hunger strike that we launched in October, this is something that's obviously happened after the newspaper.
Yeah.
But this is something that we really, really need public eyes on. We really need as many people to break through the silence of the media and force our university to divest with us, right? Or to divest from, the state of Israel and all companies complicit in the genocide and colonization of Palestine and the Palestinians, right? And, I want to also mention this, right? Something that me and Jamal couldn't get into, right?
Mm-hmm.
The heart of our divestment struggle, obviously it's against companies like Sabra or Coca-Cola and so on, right? But the true heart of our divestment struggle, not saying these other things aren't important, they are just as primary as anything else, right? But we have to understand what comprises of the $13 million, as Jamal mentioned, that the university spends, invests in towards Israel and all the companies that aid Israel, right? 10.8 of those 13 million is directly into weapons contractors and companies that feed into the military-industrial complex, right? The same military-industrial complex which has dictated U.S. foreign policy since the 1940s. The military-industrial complex which has plunged America into wars in Vietnam, in Korea, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, and now Gaza, right? With this in mind, we have to understand that our fight against the military-industrial complex, our fight against Israel, our fight against Zionism, against normalization, against all of these different things, it is linked inherently so with the global liberation struggle, right? Justice for Palestine is also justice for Iraq. It's justice for Afghanistan. It's justice for every single individual that has been squashed under the bloody boots of the United States and Israel and all nations and all entities which align themselves with the United States, right? As Students for Justice in Palestine, we fight against imperialism. We fight against imperialism in all forms, be it financial imperialism or militant imperialism or colonialism, right? And we recognize that Palestine today, Gaza today, it's the sharpest and most blazing example of American imperialism vis-a-vis Israel, right? With this in mind, right, we push forward for justice, not only just for Palestinians, not only just for Gazans, but for every single person that has suffered at the hands of the United States. And we, every day, it's a fight not only just for Palestine, but it's a fight for the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure a lot of people appreciate this, and I hope that more people really start paying attention if they're not. More people try to participate in any way possible that they can. It's better than not participating at all. Even if you're just spreading or sharing, which is 2 clicks, it takes 2 seconds from your life. It's still something that you're doing that is supporting people who are going strong about this. Yeah. I just hope that you stay motivated, and you will see results. It just takes time because these are big results. They're not tiny. It's the bigger the message, the bigger the work that we need to put into, the bigger the results, hopefully.
Of course. I think I just want to touch real quick on the last thing that you said.
Of course.
I think it's very important to know, and we've talked about this, me and Thuraya, before in different episodes, that just talking about Palestine doesn't mean that we're only talking about Palestine. And don't think that just because you're suffering somewhere else and we haven't mentioned that we don't care about you. We care about all oppressed people. And Palestine thing has been going on for 77 years. It's the most country that has been occupied and oppressed for so many years. So once we start talking about the liberation of one place, everybody's going to get liberated, literally.
Inshallah.
And it is very, very important that we stay together, all united. And like Thuraya said, small things, there is no bare minimum in this game. The smallest things still count. We're all pushing through for a bigger purpose, a bigger message. And I think you guys are doing amazing. And we're really, really proud. And we're really happy to have you on the podcast.
Yes.
And we will end it right here.
Yes.
And please let us know if you guys want to connect with SJP, and we'll leave all of their information at the bottom of the description.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
You're
for
very
being here.
welcome.
We appreciate this.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys. We'll
Bye.
see you next
Bye.
time.
See you next time.